Yesterday on the pregame show leading up to the Super Bowl 60, Roger Goodell had a chance to sit down with Scott Graham, and this is what they had to say about possible expansion in the NFL.
Well, you can think of expansion as the number of teams, or you can think of expansion as us playing in international markets and reaching in different areas and expanding our international series. I think as far as teams are concerned, I think at some point, if our international growth continues the way it is, I can see international growth on an international basis and in some of these markets, which there undoubtedly, even today, I think there are cities out there that could support an NFL team. And we're at the early stages. So, I don't take international expansion off the table. I think it's very possible someday. Well,
that was Roger Goodell speaking with Scott Graham on Westwood One Sports yesterday in the pregame show. And I think that's something that you hear Roger Goodell say, that he won't take it off the table. It's in the early stages, and it's possible that a team overseas could be a part of the NFL. I don't know. It's not something that I need at all. I also know that last week when we were in San Francisco covering the Super Bowl, we had a different amount. We had a few different international games be released last week. The teams that are going to be playing overseas. And obviously, the NFL views it as a money-making opportunity because they can grow the game and get more people globally interested in the product. I get that. I don't need a team based out of London. I don't need a team based out of Paris or anywhere else, Germany or wherever in Europe, to participate in the NFL. And I know, though, the one team here in the States that's been rumored has been Jacksonville, that Jacksonville at some point could possibly split their home destination. Like half the season they're playing in Jacksonville, the other half they're playing in London. If not, they're just moving to London overall. I don't know. For me, I don't think that does anything for any football fan. I don't know. It just creates insane travel, issues for comparing teams and the amount of travel that they would have to play, to host games. What do they do when they come to the States? Are they here for a month playing all their road games in 1 month, and then they go home for a month, and then teams are traveling over to Europe? I don't know how that works.
No, and we talked to an NFL doctor who was a representative of their player safety last week at the Super Bowl in San Francisco, and to me, what does this say about player safety? You're having these guys travel all over the world. Now you want a team there. So someone has to travel there, and then they're going to travel to the U.S., and then they're going to go back and forth? No, they're going to stay here for an extended period of time and have to play a few games in the U.S. and then fly back to wherever they're based out of, whether it's London or Germany, wherever this team is based, and then have more teams play there. And then they're going to fly back here to the United States and play more games here. It just seems out of place to have a team based in another country overseas. Now, if it was Canada or something, okay, that's not too far away, obviously. But if this was London or Germany or somewhere like that, then that's way too far away to ask multiple teams to go over there and play, or have that team. Who's gonna want to sign with that? What free agent?
Well,
is going to want to sign with that team?
The Players Association, I'm guessing they would push back on the idea of expansion to Europe, because those teams, those players would either be forced to move there, or and bring their families there,
yeah,
or have to just not live with their family for the 6 months of the NFL season, which you could do, right? This isn't some boring desk job where, you can get it, right? You're an NFL player, so one, you have the means. Two, you could do this on abbreviated schedule, but I'm guessing the players aren't going to want to do that.
No.
What player is going to want to be living in Florida and then have to be also based out of London? That's not the case.
You could even do an extremely abbreviated version where you could do your training camp here in the U.S. and then just go there before the season starts and then just have, obviously, because you're playoff. And then what if they make the playoffs? Are you going to have a home playoff game over there? Like, what if they win? What if they win their conference?
Well, they would be they would be based like the European fan would have a team to support, because now when you go to these European games or anywhere overseas, even in South America, it's a potpourri of NFL fans, right? Like, you go to a game and you see every different jersey show up for the game. If there was a team based, say in Europe, say specifically in London, because that's where the NFL has traveled to the most, that would be London's team.
Okay, explain this to me, Roger Goodell. The London Jaguars win the AFC as the number 1 seed, and the road to the Super Bowl goes through London.
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
Well, you better hope you're not on the West Coast of the United States.
Exactly. Like, what are we
That's
doing?
That's a hell of a flight.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like a 10-hour flight.
They were pushing so hard this Melbourne, Australia game when we were in San Francisco. Like, oh, we're going to Australia. Ridiculous to me.
Well, okay, so even on top of the planning for a championship level game, what if it was there were a couple teams. Do you remember the final weekend of the regular season? And then we were getting ready for the wild card round, and that there was a discrepancy on how the games would fall, because there were teams that were playing on Monday, right? Like the Steelers-Ravens game, or it was Sunday night. Steelers-Ravens, and then which team that won would be at a disadvantage heading into Wild Card weekend, and then they moved that game to the Monday night game.
Yeah.
But there was a question on short travel days, and I believe, what was it, Chicago and Los Angeles in the playoffs all played, I believe, on short rest for the second round, for the divisional round off of the Wild Card weekend. So I think that's kind of something that would play into all this as well, is now you're throwing a whole extra side of it. If you got a team based out of Germany, Munich, you have the Munich something.
And they're good.
Come up with a mascot.
And you have to host a playoff game.
Steins of beer.
And they
right?
have
like they've got big beer mugs, right? Like, is their mascot. Like, how sweet would that be?
I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
It would look really good on a helmet, I tell you that much.
I just don't think they would want them to make the playoffs, because then you'd have to fly teams out there for like a playoff game on short notice.
On short notice, short planning, and especially for like travel's sake for anyone that just wanted to go. Like, that's the one thing. Like, here in the States, even though travel isn't that accommodating, you can get it done.
Yeah.
Especially at the team level. But like, for a fan, you can get it done. Now, if you were a fan living over there, it'd be awesome, right? Like, it'd be a must get ticket.
For sure. But again, fans can make it happen, because fans don't have to worry about playing and getting their bodies ready. They just have to worry about showing up and cheering on their team. It's the teams that have to get their bodies ready and acclimated to perform at peak physical condition and sleep and all that kind of stuff. And that doesn't seem to be a concern for the NFL or Roger Goodell.